Hi everyone, I have another birthday card for you today, and I also have two new stamp sets that I picked up from a craft store while I was on holiday this weekend. The stamp sets that I picked up are from Penny Black. I've never seen these ones before. This is a new brand for me, and I just couldn't get over how cute these sets were. So the first one's called Woodland Friends, and you've got hedgehog, birds, bunnies, a little fox, and then on the bottom here we have the little mushrooms. Now these are larger ones that are all together, but you could definitely stamp them out and fussy cut them and do a lot of fun scenes with these. The next one that I got is called Mother Goose, and I picked this one up to do baby shower cards. I particularly love the rocking horse, and the little elephant is great. All the detail on these is really nice, especially this little bunny here. You can see the little buttons. I really like these two sets, and today I am going to use the little bird stamp from this set. The other stamp I'll be using is the birthday set that I have. So I'll be using the Hero Arts birthday stamp set. I'll be using the Happy Birthday and one of the balloons. I will also be using a little bird sticker from the Martha Stewart Craft collection, and I will be using some paper from the Snap Color Vibe pack. This is the 6x6. The card that I'll be using today in the pink is from this big set I picked up from Michaels, and you can see all the colors in there. I'm using the vibrant pink today. You will also see me using the Fiskars Stamp Press and Memento Tuxedo Black ink for stamping, and I'll be doing a bit of coloring as well, and you'll see me using my gel pens as well as my Tombow pens. So first I wanted to go ahead and pick out a piece of the paper here in this set that went well with the little bird and the pink cardstock. And I didn't want to go for the darker pink, I wanted the really light pink. So I pulled this one out, and it just looks really nice with that little bird. I love the polka dot because there's some polka dot in the bird, so I went with this one here. I'm going to cut it down using my paper cutter to just leave a bit of a border around here of that darker color. So I have my paper cutter out. I'm going to go ahead and cut at the 5 1/4, and you just line it up here on the paper cutter and then run this along. And the other side I'm going to go ahead and do it at the 4-inch mark. And then I have my perfect cut piece. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do on this card is stamp the Happy Birthday. And I am going to keep the front of this card quite simple because I'm going to do a bit of detail on the inside as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one ready. So I'm inking it up using my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I have this all lined up. The nice thing about this is the grid on here, and you can use the grid on your board and on your stamp press, and then when you stamp it down, you know it's going to be perfectly where you wanted it. I'm just pressing really hard to make sure I get all the detail in this Happy Birthday stamp, and there we have it, stamped on the card. Now I have that polka dot balloon ready to go. I'm going to take out my sticker, and I'm actually going to take this little bird and move that button, and I'm going to cut it out. And the reason I want to do that is so that I can position the bird exactly where I want it. And that's the really nice thing about working with stickers on clear acetate and with a see-through press. So I've decided I'd like the bird to sit right on top of the bee on birthday, as if they're perched there. And then I'm going to have the balloon sitting right as if it's in that little bird's beak. So I've kind of got it where I'd like to have it. So I'm going to go ahead and ink it up, and then I'm going to line it up and then take the little bird out and go ahead and stamp it. So there I have everything lined up. I'm going to go ahead and just slide the sticker out, go ahead and stamp and press. And there I have the balloon all ready. And I'm going to go ahead and put my sticker on. So there it is together. I'm going to go ahead and color in my balloon. I'm going to use the dual brush pens, and I'm going to use a technique I've shown before in my videos. So I will be using my red with a colorless blender and just touching the colorless blender to the red to pick up some color, and then I can easily do some shading on the balloon. And that way I can control how much color I have. So again, all you do is just touch colorless blender, and you can see that color being picked up there. And when I go ahead and use this, you'll see that color that comes off. So I'm going to do some darker on the top and then shade it into lighter on the bottom. And this is really easy to do with this colorless blender, because as I continue to shade, there's less and less pigment on my blender. And you can see even with just that quick application, you get some really nice shading on your balloon. So before I put on some embellishments, I'm just using my glue tape, and I'm going to cover the back of this so I can stick it on the front of my card, and that way it's easier before I put on these little embellishments. Now I'll go ahead and put on some of these little embellishments that came with the set. I am going to keep the front of this card simple, but I like the little 3D effect that these button flowers give. Now I like just the one little flower here, and I'm going to go ahead and do some music notes, kind of like singing happy birthday. I'm going to take them from two sets. This one is from the Lawn Fawn, actually Christmas set, Snow Day, and there's the one little music note there, and I have that one mounted. Now also on this one, the Happy Wedding, there are two music notes. Now this one is smaller than the one that I have mounted, and there's also the double one as well. I'm going to use all three and stamp them around the side. So there's that first larger one, and then the double staff done there, and finally the little teeny one. And I'm just going to place this in the spots that I feel like are missing, and I'm kind of keeping it up in a line there. And there I'm all done and happy with those music notes. So as if it's just a little melody going up the side of the card there. Now if you like sequins or sparkles, you could definitely add some, but I like it plain, and I'm happy with the front of my card. And now for the inside of the card, I'm going to go ahead and use this little bird stamp. And it's stamped really nice. So I will go ahead and do a bit of coloring on this, and I think it works really well with the front of that card, having those little birds on the inside. So I'm coloring in the hearts on this little design with my red and my pink gel pens. So I did most of the coloring with my gel pens actually, and now that I want a little bit of shading on the birds and on the birdhouse, I'm going to go ahead with blues and browns and the colorless blender from my Tombows. So there's those little blue birds done, and again, now I've got some blue left still in my colorless blender, so I just want to use a scrap piece of paper and color out the rest of that blue so that I can go ahead and do my brown. So you can see I just shaded a little bit more underneath where the shadow of the bird and the flowers would be. So there is my completed colored image on the inside, and then my completed front of the card. I hope you enjoyed this card today, and have a great day.